This is my first time lockpicking, and I just bought the Covert Instruments FNG kit. It comes in a nice, neatly packaged box with one lock and 3 tools. So the tools, you get one short hook, which is basically all you need to lockpick. Basic locks, anyways. And the rake tool, which is an accessory to the first tool. It makes it easier to lockpick certain locks with the rake, but for me, it was a little bit difficult. You'll see later in the video. So the padlock is acrylic and you can see through it. It's basically a demonstration lock. It's not really for actual practicing. It just gives you just basic insight of what's inside the lock and how you can lockpick it. It doesn't exactly give you any difficulty, but for me, this is my first time ever doing it, and it was nice to have and see what's inside. I think I would have had a lot more trouble if it was just a basic lock where you can't see through it. The picking tools come with this like film on it, and I think I had more trouble with this than I did with actually picking the lock. The turning tool that comes with the kit is double-sided, so it helps you on both the bottom and top side of the keyhole. I've only used the bottom side of the keyhole, but I think the top side is for certain locks where you can make it easier to turn. When you're turning the locks, I've noticed that you don't want to put too much tension. You just want to do like the bare minimum amount of tension, and you kind of just have to work with it. You see later on in the video what I'm talking about. And yeah, it's again, it's not too difficult to pick a lock, but it is a little bit harder than the YouTube videos make it seem. It just takes a little bit of practice and eventually you get the feel of it. For now, I'm just showing how the lock works. So it comes with 2 keys. You don't really need the 2 keys. Again, you do have lock picking tools. The keys are just there for demonstration purposes. So anyways, there's 7 pins in total. I think there's only 6 that work. The 7th one is probably just for show. And the most difficult pin I had was the second to the last pin. I'm not exactly sure what type of pin it was, but it's probably one of the more difficult ones. I'm not sure what it's called, but I did have a lot of trouble with that one. The rest of them were super easy. You kind of just had to push them up. That one, you had to like release the tension on the keyhole, and you kind of had to push it up at the same time. And yeah, it was a little bit more difficult. Anyways, we're getting into the lockpicking here, and I just want to show you how absolutely easy it is. I'll just let the video run here. I'll pop in and out, just comment on certain things. So I'm starting with the hook tool. This is, again, the most basic way of picking a lock. It's what you see in movies. It's what you see on YouTube. The way it works is you use the hook to basically push up every pin one at a time, and you use the turning tool to keep tension on the lock so it doesn't make the pins release and drop down. So first I was just testing how the hook works and all that. I was just kind of fiddling around, messing with it, just getting the feel of it. And now I'm actually picking the lock. So I think I'm working on the second to last pin here. Again, like I was saying before, it was a lot harder to push up than the rest of them. As you can see, I did it under 2 minutes. And again, this is my absolutely first time ever lockpicking, and I did it in 2 minutes. But do note, this was a demonstration lock, and you can see all of the pins. I'll make more videos later down the line with actual locks where you can't see anything, and I'll mess around with different types of locks as well. Now, this time I'm using the Rake. It took me a lot longer than it did with the hook. I'll let the video run again, just so you can see my whole process on what I did. I'll just go ahead and let the video keep going. You can watch the rest of it if you want, but this was my first impression of the FNG kit by Covert Instruments. If you liked the equipment, make sure you check out covertinstruments.com. If you liked my video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.